Most of the times, the previous shows, what we found, most of the people sitting outside. And today we found more people inside the gallery because it is true. Anyway, I welcome you all for this wonderful exhibition, solo exhibition of Rekha Rao. Ibis knows best. I mean, when you read my curatorial note, my catalogue, you will come to know what I mean and what an artist means by that. You have seen the books. You have heard a lot about the artist. But I want to tell a couple of anecdotes. I went to meet her for the first time in the Bangalore Residence Club studio. At that time, she had a bandage in her right hand. And she had her works. But we wanted, as Bharat Bhagwan and myself, we wanted some big works. Why big works? Not just because that we have to show walls, we want to kind of flaunt Bharat Art Space Gallery's presence in this area. But we found something like this huge work hanging like a curtain right in the middle of her house. She has a very high ceiling house which comes down to the foyer area. And we thought, hesitantly, we asked her whether she would be able to create a couple of new works for this show. We thought she will take a lot of excuses because I'm old, my hand is not good, all these things. But surprisingly, on the contrary to our expectations, she said, okay, where is the canvas? And Bharat is a person who is ready with the canvas and colors all the time. He can arrange colors and the canvases from any part of India, right? So, canvas reaches there, she starts her work. Within 2 weeks, we found these two wonderful works, which one is called the hug, the other one is called the offering. You can see outside from outside. These two beautiful works, and the size is 8 by 5. 8 by 5 is such a huge work. I mean, considering, I'm not an ageist or something like that. Considering her age, she's young. But if I consider her age, you can't expect her to climb, she can't do a Jackson Pollock or Picasso act. She has to take herself, her help, but still, she finished the work, and we were surprised. And we went again to, as a curator, we feel, Bharat gives me full support. So we went again, and we went through the works, and we selected this set of works, you can see 19 works at present in the gallery. We selected 20, and the 20 are in the catalog. The second thing, everybody talks about her being, Rekha Rao being a colorist. She plays with colors. She can do anything with the colors, and she also claims that, she also says that, she has a particular eye for color. She thinks in color, Michelangelo said that, I see, sculptures in the marble blocks, and I remove what is not belonging to the sculpture. So like that, she sees only colors, and through colors, the image is involved. And the second thing, what attracted me, what fascinated me, was her statement, saying that without a story, without a narrative, she cannot work at all, or she could not work at all. Everything, whatever she makes on a canvas, has a story, an inherent narrative, and without that narrative, she thinks that her works are incomplete. And as you know, her artists of her age have this compulsion to make high modernist abstractions, abstract works. But she hasn't fallen into that trap that most of the artists could have fallen at some point of time. I believe in the scientific flow of genetic communities. Does it have anything to do with the claim that one caste people should follow the same caste activities? No. But there is some kind of a genetic quality that passes from one generation to the other. That including height, weight, looks. I mean, at some point it will manifest. So everybody talks about Rekha, Hebbar, Rao. So there is, what is this Hebbar stands for? You know, you are familiar with the K.K. Hebbar, the illustrious modernist artist, modern artist. And he is her father. And interestingly, most of the fathers think that like if there's a talented girl, talented boy, you know, at home, he or she should be sent to the fine arts college. And here is a father, or here was a father, who said that like he didn't want her daughter to be in a fine arts college. So she went into history, literature, she went into various studies. She became very scholarly in her attitude, analytical in her thinking, and she became so, in a way, socially conscious and committed. And at later stage, in her mid-20s or late 20s, she went into college, fine arts college, JJ School of Art. And she started taking lessons only to realize that she has already imbibed all the lessons that she was expected to create herself as a good artist. She didn't follow her father's footsteps because she belonged to a different time. And she went on painting, and at some point she became an artist who has a lot of stories. And that is one wonderful thing, and from the same platform, I have repeated several times that artists without mythology wouldn't last. Artists need mythologies. And here is an artist who has created more than enough mythologies, and especially when somebody has a kind of connection between Bangalore and Maharashtra. And she has been a neighbor to Balasaheb Thackeray. You know that she has seen the tumultuous years, the confusing and catastrophic years of Bombay, being the neighbor of a person, of a family who was instrumental in creating or in being within that catastrophe. Later on, they could manage the whole of Maharashtra, and she has seen politics from close quarters. But at the same time, she had seen the social hierarchies, how the stratas are created within the society. When she shifted herself to Bangalore, there also she started looking at the pretty nature of this rivers, where this factories are still pushing the pollutants into its beautiful stream, which turns into a thalia, which is a poisonous snake. And somehow we don't have a redeemer. And she is looking for a redeemer who would actually dance on the hood of this venomous snake and, as the Indian mythology says, curve and make him submissive. We don't know whether we have a redeemer in her works and she finds out the redeemer, or she herself turns a redeemer. She wouldn't like to be one, but she can, as an artist, she can always flag over. And here you have a flower cellar. And you can see that the flower cellar has something like this. And like most of the artists during the pandemic years, they were painting the human figures, and we had a discussion about the human figures, the crisis of the human figures. Most of the human figures had this emblematic mask over their faces. But here, most of the artists had that as the only emblem that could actually, connote or denote the suffering human beings in a particular, period of history. But here, somebody is selling beautiful flowers, and that is a regular job. And she witnesses, she sees her every day, and she also has that. Somebody actually limiting the fragrance, perhaps, like the invading of fragrance, and letting the whole world to take that fragrance away from her. So the social discrepancies, the social nuances of social life, that always manifest, come again and again, repeatedly in Rekha Rao's art. And like if you go through minutely, you can see the pangs and the pathos of the time. And she calls it the happy melancholy. Melancholy cannot be happy. Orhan Pamuk, the famous Turkish writer, Nobel laureate, he in his novels, he uses a particular word, huzun. It's a Turkish word which actually shows the melancholic, what do you call it? So, melancholic, something like melancholic nothingness that you actually, intangible, exactly, intangible melancholy that all of us experience during the today time. Even today, if you are left at home around 5:30, 6:30, between 5:30 to 6:30, you feel it, the hustle. And that melancholic happiness, and you don't know, like it's a kind of unmanifested itch somewhere like this. You cannot touch it, but you know something it is itching somewhere you cannot reach. So that non-tangibility, intangibility, that melancholy is actually pervading throughout Rekha Rao's works. And I invite you to enter into the melancholy and to come out as happy creatures, refined, sophisticated.
Perfect.